Hi, welcome to the Fred Meyer Spring 17 Cosmetic Reset training video. In this video, I'm going to review with you the scope of the Spring 17 Reset, the materials that you should be expecting at your house before your first store, and then also some of the, later in the video, we'll talk about some of the major changes happening and some installation videos for those brands. So let's go ahead and get started. So just like we have in the past, the start time, unless it's otherwise indicated in your portal, the start time is 5 a.m. The brands that we'll be resetting for spring are listed here: Revlon, Almay, L'Oreal, CoverGirl, Maybelline, Rimmel, Sally Hansen, Essence, Neutrogena, NYX, Bonne Bell, Physicians Formula, Milani, and Wet n Wild. Whew, it's a lot. The store is responsible for resetting the brands listed here. We're obviously going to be resetting all of the brands to the new Spring 17 planograms. There are floor map changes, so we will have to move brands around in the majority of stores. Not all stores, but the majority. We also have to take our photos like we have in the past and order any missing fixtures and upload a Essence picture showing the completed Essence section when you're all done. I have created a team leader packet. It's actually more like a box of paper that you should be getting at your house. It will have these project instructions, recap forms, fixture order forms, order worksheets, leave behind forms, and color planograms for all the brands. New for the Spring 17 reset, the floor map changes. Again, the majority of the stores are adding between 2 and 4 feet to the NYX section. Some stores are also expanding the L'Oreal and Maybelline feet about 1 to 3 feet. Stores 16 feet and larger for Maybelline will get a new Maybelline fashion wall, which is essentially very similar to a black L'Oreal Eclipse fixtures in terms of the back wall and the carrier trays with the lights on the front, etc. For stores that are not getting a new Maybelline fashion wall, the majority of those stores that are not getting a fashion wall will get a brand new urban wall. And by urban wall, I mean it's the same type of fixtures that they already have, but their walls are getting kind of worn out. So Maybelline is sending in brand new urban walls to 18 stores listed in these instructions to replace their worn out fixtures. There are stores that do not get a new fashion wall or a brand new urban wall. And in fall of 17, those stores that did not get a new urban wall or a fashion wall, those stores should get a new urban wall at that time. So if your store is complaining that they didn't get any new Maybelline wall, they probably will for fall 17. Some stores will be decreasing space in Revlon, Physicians Formula, and Wet n Wild in order to accommodate the expansions I've mentioned above. And we'll be responsible for setting the new floor plan. I will eventually have a document in your portal called Fred Meyer Spring 17 Floor Plan Changes, and I'll give you the recommended sequence of moving the brands around to the new floor plans. Unfortunately, it's very, very time consuming, and I haven't had the time to finish all the stores yet. It involves, looking at the old layout and the new layout and writing down the changes, and it's been pretty tough to go through all 140 stores looking for the changes. So I haven't quite gotten there yet. I've been trying to stay a week ahead of your reset schedule so that I can put those changes in your portal notes. So check your portal notes the week before your store is scheduled, and hopefully I'll have updated the order of all the changes in your portal. If you have any questions, your area manager is your first line of defense to contact. Julie Ramsey covers the Oregon and Alaska stores. David Reese covers Washington and Idaho stores. We highly encourage you to email in your part orders this year to the address listed here. If that's not something you can do, you can certainly call the Retail Support Center at the number listed. Their hours of operation are listed there as well. My name is Ryan Kindig. I'm the project manager. My office/cell number is here, and it kicks right out to my cell phone number. If you are missing any fixture kits, please let me know. give me a call, and hopefully I'll have tracking for it. I will touch on that a little bit more later. There are some fixture delays that are affecting certain brands such as CoverGirl, Physicians Formula, Wet n Wild, Bonnie Bell, some Neutrogena stores, and the stores that are getting the new Maybelline walls, those might be late as well. So I wanted to flag that as well. So prior to your store's reset date in your portal, you want to pre-call the store 1 week before their scheduled date. Call the store, ask for the apparel manager or cosmetic lead, and just confirm the date and time. Again, the start time is 5 a.m. unless otherwise indicated in your portal. Once you get to the store, you want to check in with that apparel manager or the cosmetic lead, whoever is there in the morning. They're probably also the people that will let you in the store as well. The cosmetic manager should also be able to help you locate the fixtures. The majority of the fixtures will be arriving via Estes freight on 1 or more pallets. Some stores might even get up to 4 to 6 pallets, depending on the number of changes. If you're getting a new fashion wall, that's probably 2 pallets. NYX is probably 1 pallet. And then some of the other brands might be on another pallet. You definitely want to, with all these changes that are happening, you want to try to keep the aisle safe and neat. So I would recommend making all of your major changes, such as installing a brand new Maybelline wall, as early in the morning as possible. So that might be the first brand that you do, is the Maybelline fashion wall, and get that mess taken care of, because you have from 5 a.m. until 7 a.m. to make a mess in the store before the stores open at 7 a.m. The first thing you want to do is ask the cosmetic manager for the new floor plan and review that new floor plan versus what's in the store. I would recommend using either blue painter's tape or some post-it notes and place those on the gondola base decks and mark off where the new brand starts and ends. And then you want to go through and determine the plan of attack of who's going to reset each brand and move brands, etc. I would recommend for any brands that are not moving, those sections can be reset in their current aisle locations and assign team members to those so they can get started right away. For brands that are moving to a new floor plan, you want to work on the most logical way to get from the current floor plan to the new floor plan. I will have listed out all of the sequence of the floor plan changes in your schedule notes, and hopefully it's in the most the order of execution of making those changes where it makes the most sense. Double check the changes I have listed in your portal before getting started. Obviously, you want to pull all your discontinued items, put them in bags that say something like Revlon discontinued, or whatever the brand is. Remove your UPLs for all items that are moved or damaged, and install your new fixtures. When you place your UPLs, make sure that they're directly in front of the item that is in the tray, so they're aligned so that the store can figure out what UPL belongs to each item in the tray easily. They should align directly with that item. You're going to replace all of your outside price point labels on all the cabinetry. In Fred Meyer, they right-hand justify all of the tags, so your tag should be on the right-hand side of the tray. It is your responsibility as a team leader to audit the sets completed by your team and make sure that they're correctly tagged and set. So just make sure you're comparing that to the planogram at the end of their assigned sets. Take your photos. Every 4 to 6 feet, you want to take a photo. Photo should show from top to bottom, left to right in that 4 to 6 foot section. Make sure you're cleaning up. Don't leave any trash for the store to throw away. Fill out a leave behind form. So in your packet that you received at your house, you'll have a leave behind form, and that is essentially a memo to the cosmetic manager saying we completed the reset with all available fixtures and product on such and such date. You'll fill in the date. You're going to check the brands that you completed the reset for, if that section was completed, if you had ordered any parts, and then make any comments in the margin there. Any missing or damaged parts will be arriving in approximately 4 to 6 weeks. And if they have any questions, they can contact me. I would recommend putting me as your contact for the store instead of, so that they're not hounding you for answers on missing fixtures and estimated arrival times. Give them my number instead. Then you're going to have to fill out a parts order worksheet for any missing parts. And I've also included copies of these in your portal. It says parts order worksheet at the top. You're going to fill in the store information and then the brands and part numbers. And then you also have to fill out your recap form, your recap and payment forms, review all the sections with the cosmetic manager or apparel manager, and have them sign off on your paperwork. Obviously, you need to send in your part order worksheets to the email address listed there, and that is the extent of that. The next thing I was going to go into are the kind of the reset latest tips and tricks and everything that we have. Again, the majority of the stores do have the floor plan changes. I'm going to go into some of the other things that we'll be doing this season. I already mentioned the fashion walls for Maybelline. Some stores decrease Revlon, Physicians, and Wet n Wild. On the Neutrogena Genesis lit walls, we will be replacing all the electrical transformers in all Genesis stores. The original transformers were defective and started to flicker or stop working completely. And starting with stores scheduled 116, we are going to have a separate box with your fixture kits that will include a brand new set of transformers for these stores. And I'm going to show you a video of how to replace those after this video here. Some stores will be missing fixture update kits. They were having delays, and as a result, some stores may not have all their kits. Brands that may be missing kits are CoverGirl, Physicians Formula, Wet n Wild, Neutrogena stores that are not the lit wall or not Genesis. Check your schedule notes in your portal for each store's any known missing kits. For CoverGirl, check the schedule notes in your portal. If I indicate that your kit might be missing, that means that I knew that we did not have a kit to ship and do not set CoverGirl. We will return to set that brand later. For Physicians Formula, if you are missing the kit, you can go ahead and set it. We will return later to swap out the graphics. For Wet n Wild or Neutrogena, if you're missing a kit, do not set the brand. We will come back later and set those. If you want a link to all the planograms and fixture order forms and floor maps, you can find it at the Dropbox link here or scan the QR code listed. I already listed that the space change or the floor maps are also listed in that Dropbox link. For NICS, most stores are adding 2 to 4 feet. The POG sizes will now be between 6 and 12 feet. And for L'Oreal, the stores that are 17 by 58, 17 by 70, and 18 by 58 will be changing to the Makeup Designer Wall planogram version that has the 2-foot billboards in it, and it also changes the flow of the section as listed here. Revlon is a pretty major reset. Nearly all trays move. Many planograms are reducing the number of nail trays as well. I mentioned earlier that stores with the 16-foot and larger Maybelline are getting a fashion wall system. The 18 stores listed here below are getting a new urban wall, which is the same wall as they currently have, but a new one. There's also a Maybelline Brow Precise graphic, which is incorrect. Leave the graphic, but just scratch out the 2 incorrect shade numbers and put in the new ones. There are 2 stores that are getting a new CoverGirl unlit back wall. There's a video that you can watch if you're assigned to those 2 stores listed. Also, on the All Day Lip, they give you some new shade numbers. The shade numbers on the edge here say to place them on the pusher paddles, but I would recommend placing them on the front edge of the fixture itself. And don't forget to change the header graphics to the new ones listed. There's also some notes for Physicians Formula, Wet n Wild, and Sally Hansen, and the Neutrogena new fixture installation for the transformers. I'm going to show you that video next.